Keondre, what has the coach's message been to you about what shape they want you to be in? I know last year you entered at right around 350 and we're playing one technique, but what have they wanted you to be at for this upcoming season, and how do you like your new role within Coach Kwiatkowski's offense?
Actually, I think last year I was 340 something, but this year I'm right around 339 right now. Probably get down to 330, 320 something, 25, and that's just off of just daily breaking it down, losing weight by each day, pretty much. But right now they just saying, I mean, whatever you do right now, just strive. They're trying to keep me on the field instead of taking me off the field. And I mean, each day I'm getting better at that. It's playing football practice. I mean, I stayed on the field the whole time, not getting off, trying to get a lot of energy. And communicate a lot on the field, pretty much.
Brian Davis, go ahead.
Hey, Keondre. Obviously, everybody knows about Sark and the offense, but still people are wanting to learn about the defense. I mean, what would you say about Coach Pete and what you guys are wanting to accomplish this year?
Coach Pete is a very quiet person to me, but his message is very important because he's not going to get up there and scream at you and all that. He's going to tell you what you have to do in technique. And I think that's really cool because us learning a new system, I mean, that's what it takes instead of people screaming at you, trying to get you to get in the right position, the right spot. He's very active with it. Just really technique is what he really worried about, and pretty much tackling. That's what he really work on the most is tackling and getting to the ball. I mean, that's every defense, but him, like, for sure, is pursuit and tackling and making sure you know what you're doing and communicate. That's what he pretty much preaches every day.
Chip Brown, go ahead.
Keondre, what are there many differences between what you're doing on defense this year as a whole unit as compared to last year, and who stood out to you?
I mean, last year when we got introduced into the four-man front, it was actually pretty exciting. It was fun last year playing in that front, and this year it's pretty much getting to odd and getting to four-man, and so it's pretty much mixing both of the years that I have played into one, and I think that's amazing because I played in the odd front and I played in the even front. So, I mean, that's really exciting, and the people that really stand out the most on defense is the D-line for sure, Jacoby. Every other play he's getting a sack or some type of TFL. Ray too, and then Josh is every day getting a pick for some reason. I don't know how he's getting the picks every day, but he's doing it, and I mean it's exciting because it's helping us get off the field faster. Oh, and David's communication skills is very good, and I think he's going to be a very excited player upcoming this year. So I'm really excited for him.
David Benda?
Yes, sir.
Sam Kahn, go ahead.
Hey, Keondre, the word I've heard Coach Sark use about Coach Pete is attacking. How does that manifest itself both in the meeting rooms and on the field?
You mean like attacking, like his system?
Personality. It's system and his personality, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I'll laugh at that because I don't fear Coach PK, but I mean, the way he talked, I guess he's attacking because he's getting straight to the point. He's not sugarcoating nothing. He's telling you what you need to do and telling you what you have to do. So I think that's very important. In meetings, he does that, and on the field, he does that. He's not gonna tell you, oh, you could have got this. He's gonna tell you if you would have did this, you would have got that. And I mean, just being straightforward, I think it's really important.
Danny Davis, go ahead.
Hey, Keondre, I'm kind of wondering, what have you learned so far from Coach Davis? And is there something about him coming from the NFL that kind of makes you perk up your ears a little bit more?
First of all, I ain't never met nobody that's funnier than me. That dude right there is funny. He's exciting. He knows so much because coming from the NFL and teaching us in college, I mean, what else can you ask for? Because he's taking you from somewhere you're trying to get to and then teach you in college. I think that's very important. He just, like I said, with him and PK, I mean, the thing about this coaching staff is they tell you straightforward. They're not going to sugarcoat nothing. So Coach David getting there every day tell us, I mean, if you use your hands right here, you'll win. If you don't, you're not going to win. I mean, this point period. I like honesty. I don't like nobody trying to sugarcoat nothing. I think he really does that coming from the league.
Got time for a few last ones. Terry Middleton, go ahead.
Keondre, good morning. What are some of the things that you've been working on in the off season that you feel that you've just nailed it? Some of the skills that you've been trying to hone in on, what are they? And what are some of the ones that you just have been hitting home runs on?
Some of the skills that I try to is know the defensive playbook, like I made the plays up. So pretty much trying to get into the defensive playbook, know what the corner's doing, know where the field side, the boundary side, know stuff like that. So I can help communicate for the linebackers. We have young linebackers. So if I can help as a D lineman, I can help them better and help the safeties, help the defense communicate. Plus I worked on getting in very much shape to where I can stay on the field, don't get off. It's just being movement, working on some injuries that I had, just getting better and stuff like that, pretty much.
Two last ones. Brian Davis, go ahead.
Hey, Keondre, I wanted you touched on this just a second ago about how these guys, they're not really yellers and screamers types. Do you think that the guys in the locker room, are they responding to that kind of message? It's like everybody sort of respects this staff, and it's like you either do this or you're not going to win. Is it simple as that?
Well, some of them do scream. Some of them do
Okay.
scream. I ain't gonna lie about that. But it's not screaming at you to attack you. It's screaming at you to inform you and help you out. And I think you were right. The way this coaching staff is to me, well, I'm taking it is pretty much telling you straightforward. Like, if you want to win, do this. It's not no, if you do this, you could barely win, probably win. No, if you do the way we teach you, you do the way we tell you, you're going to win. We know what we're talking about because we got a lot of coaches coming from winning programs, from winning situations. So, I mean, who not to accept that and listen to that? So I think that's what all us players in the locker room, that's what we look at. We really appreciate that. Like, we listen. Instead of just trying to talk back and think we know what's better, they know better. Like, Coach Davis know more than me. He was in the NFL. So,
Right.
instead of just talking and telling my skills that I know, listen, work on skills that I haven't worked on. Get better at certain stuff that I don't know, stuff like that.
Two last ones, Danny and then Chip.
Keondre, over the past couple of years, you've had some good captains, whether it's Chris, TQ, Malcolm on the defensive line. Are you that voice now on the defensive line, or is that a shared duty at this point in the spring?
See, I don't want to take that responsibility right now because, like, not saying I don't want to, but like, we're all pretty much, in my eye, when coaching staff came here, we all freshmen, so we all trying to get better at each other because we all learn new stuff from strength conditioning program in the spring. I said strength conditioning, but in the spring workouts to spring practice, like, I'm all learning. This is my first year with this coaching staff, so I don't know. But I also, because I have been here, I have been trying to lead, and I try to lead by example, try to be more motivated, trying to communicate better to the young people or the people that don't know how to deal with a new coaching staff change and stuff like that. So I have tried to be that leader and that person in front to help out more people, but at the same time, I'm learning myself. So I don't want to be that person, but yeah, I'm the captain, I'm the leader, listen to me. No, everybody can listen to each other because that's how you win. When everybody communicate with each other, everybody's cool with each other. That's how I feel.
Chip, you're up.
Keondre, what have you seen from the offensive line? Jake Majors, and who else is standing out on the offensive line?
Yeah, Jake is doing a very good job. Rafiti's doing a very good job too. But Junior, getting that weight, Junior like what, 313, 315 now, and he's looking like an old lineman now, and he's strong, but he's been strong. Andre is very good, and Christian Jones, that's somebody that, not saying surprising because Christian was good last year, learning the position, all that, but Christian is really standing out. Christian every day has been working. Christian has been winning a lot. Christian has been destroying, being a very active good lineman. So I think Christian Jones is really standing out the most. And Denzel too, but Christian.
Cade, you made your announcement that you were going to come back for this extra year, I guess before the coaching change happened. And I'm kind of wondering, why did you make that decision? And then did you at all second guess yourself or, rethink that decision once this coaching change happened?
Yeah, I think another year was good for me. I think I need another year on tape, just get more film. I think I needed more film on tape, and I think another year is just going to be beneficial for me in the long run. And to answer when the coaching change happened, I thought about it for a little bit, but nothing really changed. I knew ultimately I wanted to come back and research Sark and research like what he did, how he was doing, and I liked what he was doing. So the decision didn't really change. Didn't put much thought into it, but yeah.
Sam Khan, go ahead.
Hey, Cade, what have your experiences been like so far working with Coach Banks, and how different is the role of your position in this offense from what you can tell so far?
Yeah, Coach Banks is a great coach. So glad we got him on staff. He's a great football mind, great on special teams. He knows how to coach his players. He's very hard when he needs to be hard. He's a player's coach, and he's also a good guy, off the field as well. But as far as my role with this offense, there's a lot of 12 personnel. There's going to be a lot of, me being kind of like the move guy, being the adjuster, enter block, stuff like that, and going out, flexing out, being a receiver. But there's a lot of similarities with the previous years as well.
Joe Cook, go ahead.
Hey, did you communicate with other guys who had the extra year, like Denzel and Tope and even Derek? And did y'all kind of bounce ideas off each other before deciding to come back, or what was that process like with some of the other guys who are using the fifth year?
Yeah, I had many conversations with Derek Kerstetter. All the guys, Denzel, even Sam. There's guys that had that ability to come back, and we all thought it was the right decision for me. So I think it's going to be beneficial this year. I'm glad I'm coming back for another year.
Chip, go ahead.
Cade, how would, in terms of the volume of the offense, can you talk about that? How much you guys are having to learn and what you're seeing specifically from Casey and Hudson at quarterback?
Yeah, there's the big learning curve. A lot of new terminology in the offense. There's a lot on our plates, especially the tight end. So we got to know a lot of stuff because tight ends do a lot in this offense. And as far as Casey Hudson, they're both doing great. Both throwing the ball really well, and they're both great leaders. So we can win with both of them. So it's gonna be good.
Sam, go ahead.
Cade, on the two quarterbacks, you guys have had obviously a veteran stabilizing presence for the last few years at the position with Sam. How have you seen the two young guys attack this offseason, and how they carried themselves so far this spring?
You talk about Casey and Hudson?
Yes.
Yeah, they're definitely taking up that role. It's hard to fill those shoes that Sam left, but definitely taking it up. Their leadership is second to none. They're both leading by example and also being vocal. So it's been great so far with them.
Anwar, you're up.
Hey, Cade, can you just talk about that tight end room and give your assessment of some of the guys that are in there, the Jareds and Epps and everyone else? Can you just give us a breakdown of what you're seeing?
Yeah, we're a talented room, very talented, very skilled. We're deep too. This hasn't been in the past. We've usually been thin at the tight end position, but we got some new guys with Gunnar Helm and Juan Davis. But Jared's doing good. Jared Wiley's doing good. Malcolm's doing good as well. But two young guys, obviously, they're getting adjusted to the college speed of the game, but they're getting better every day, and they're going to continue to get better as the spring goes on.
Danny, go ahead.
And I think most of the people on this call remember a time when tight end at Texas just meant the coaches finding a guy and putting him at that position. So when you look at that tight end room now, what does it mean to have that depth and to have a bunch of guys who are tight ends, and that's what they're here to do?
Yeah, it's good to have. It's good that we haven't had it. We've been thin for the last 2 years, whether it's injuries or people leaving. But we got depth this year. We got talent in the room, which is huge. And I think the tight end room is going to be a big factor in what we do on offense this year. So it's going to be good.
Got time for three last ones. Terry Middleton, go ahead.
Hey, good morning. With Sarkisian coming in, the new coaching staff, has that raised the bar, or is it a new energy in the locker room and the team? Are they? You kind of feel like maybe this time you're going to the national championship. What's the general take on your part and other team members?
Yeah, it's definitely a better vibe in the building. You can feel it. You can feel the energy that the coaches bring every day. I'm excited. I know the whole team's excited to, play Louisiana in September, and we're just getting after it right now. Coach Sark's hammering the discipline right now, and we're definitely gonna, come out ready to go when it comes September.
Two last ones, Brian and then Chip.
Okay, this is off the field question. I would imagine you finished your degree already. What are you being required to do school wise with this fall?
Yeah, so I graduated in December, so I didn't know I was coming back for sure. So I went ahead and graduated in December, just in case I didn't come back. So I already had my degree, didn't have to come back. Obviously, that didn't happen. I'm back. So you have to take 12 hours to be eligible to play football. So I'm in 12 hours right now, 4 classes. Right now, I'm not looking to be in the graduate program right this second. But right now, I'm just taking classes just to be eligible for.
Chip, go ahead. Last one.
Cade, what have you noticed about Ray Thornton on the defense, and what specifically stands out about Gunnar Helm?
Ray's a handful. He's a handful. You can definitely tell that he's experienced. Just the way he plays at a high speed, the way he uses his hands. He's a good player, and not only that, he's a good guy and he's a good leader that we have on our team now. So, but Gunnar Helm, Gunnar has the potential to be really good. He's great frame, great size. He gets dirty in the run game, gets down and dirty in the run game. Obviously, coming in freshman, there's going to be some tweaks in, the speed of the game, like I said earlier. But, Gunnar's heading in the right direction right now.